can't just say, oh God, like everything we learned was wrong. Oh no, what do we do? You have to stay confident. You have to stick to the game plan. Well, I want to see Immortals do that. Vlad, though.
Yep, get it out.
Yeah.
Like, we'll give you one Vlad game. Bjergsen's like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, you don't get another one. It's Kindred and Azir, the other two bans there from Immortals. Nidalee and Ryze, actually, the bans there for TSM. So TSM certainly still respecting the power of Ryze.
Definitely. And Kindred has been taken off the table. Pretty interesting because wasn't really a big deal at all last time around. It got through and no one picked it up. So interesting to see Immortals doing that. But I guess they are just thinking that, hey, we're going to take Rek'Sai, and maybe their second pick would be the Kindred.
Yeah, maybe. And it's a pretty early, pretty instant first pick. Rek'Sai, sorry, for Immortals, as Zyra was the last ban from TSM. I do like the respect they're showing to that support.
Yeah.
Wanting not to give it to Adrian. But we'll see if TSM, see if Svenskeren gets cute here and takes the reverse matchup. Because it's always nice. It's great. It's great to take a reverse matchup after a win and then beat the enemy jungler.
They could definitely do it, and we do have the Alawi hover. Ooh, come on, lock it in. Click that button. It's so close. You know you want to.
Well, 20 seconds for TSM to decide what exactly they want for picks 1 and 2.
We could definitely see the Graves. We could see something like a Karma coming out. Has been high priority. Echo, pretty solid as well. Hauntzer has done great on it. Looking like it's likely going to be the Graves and the Karma, though. I think pretty solid stuff here. They want to lock in that bot lane, though. They are shifting around a lot.
Yep, and they actually do lock in a duo lane, but it's kind of not the one they started with. It's Braum and Lucian. So very aggressive still, which I think definitely Doublelift likes.
You're able to proc that Braum passive very quickly. That can give you an advantage as far as those all-in fights. But as far as the poke lanes, the extended 2v2 laning, Braum does have a disadvantage to the champions like the Karma, being that range support meta that we kind of just saw the video about. Also, I was looking at some stats, and kind of interesting is that although Braum is prioritized very highly and has been picked a lot across competitive leagues, has a 22% win rate so far in 6-11 across all competitions. So definitely has not actually been working out too hot for the teams that have picked it.
It's a rough life right now. Like you mentioned, those range supports really do give Braum a lot of trouble. But Immortals actually giving Turtle his Ashe. It was banned multiple times yesterday away from him. And Pobelter defaulting back to Viktor, taking a nice safe pick here.
Turtle has talked a lot about how good he thinks Ashe is, and I agree with him. I think it's fantastic, especially when paired with a champion like Viktor, who can kind of make up for some of the damage deficiencies that you do have in the late game. It's going to give them some explosive initiation. We have Reignover already on a champion with global presence, who can move around the map, play his sort of game. I think this is looking like a very comfort draft for Immortals, something that I would expect after a game like we saw in Game 1. Go back to what you know, go back to what you love, and just play solid League of Legends.
Yep, see what TSM do, because they really gave nothing away with that bottom lane. We already know that Double and Biofrost like to play aggressive, so blocking in an aggressive bottom lane, I'm sure Immortals were prepared for that. But there's the Graves, and there's Lissandra, another flex pick for those solo lanes, as Sven will take that reverse matchup into Reignover.
It's going to be exciting stuff. I think that Bjergsen is an incredible Lissandra player, but let's be honest, what is he not good at? This guy is fantastic. I think Lissandra is a pick that can rotate around a lot. Also, to be fair, it should be mentioned, it could go top lane. We did see Sarah play Lissandra earlier, so this could theoretically be Hauntzer. I doubt it, though, because we have seen Bjergsen with a lot of success on this champion, moving around the map, helping out his side lanes, as well as taking those solo lane advantages.
Well, Adrian goes back to a favorite, and Irelia back in again for Huni. If I'm not mistaken, this is Huni's 5th straight Irelia game.
He's playing it, and why not? Keep taking it if they'll keep giving it. They have had a lot of success with the champion. Last game aside, he's looked great, and I think the champion is incredibly powerful. It does a lot of the things that Huni likes to do. It's explosive. You can carry team fights. You can split push, do those 1v1s, and it has a lot of ways in and out of the fights with the Q dashing in off minions. This is a kind of aggressive, high-impact champion that Huni loves to play.
Yep, and kind of a blocker pick to top Lissandra. Not really, but there's definitely plenty of play there for Huni once he gets going. TSM, though, need another solo laner. So we'll see what they lock in. They traditionally give that man right there, Bjergsen, the counter pick, but they feel comfy giving Hauntzer one. I'm sure they will as well. I don't think it's going to be Thresh. I think Biofrost is hovering a champion he likes.
I would not be surprised by the Maokai. It is going to be Maokai. Yep. So, I was thinking it was probably Maokai or Trundle. Trundle matchup obviously working out very well for him last time around. But because they do not have the Rek'Sai, I tend to find that, when when Svenskeren is not playing tank, then Hauntzer jumps on one. They're less likely to do the kind of all more aggressive lineup like Immortals did last time. TSM likes their tanks. They like that beefy front line, and they will have that with the Braum and the Maokai. And then they're going to have Doublelift, Bjergsen, and Svenskeren bringing the damage. Bjergsen on this Lissandra, he's not going to have as much teamfight damage as a Viktor, but that is kind of made up for the fact that they have some damage coming from their jungle.
Yep, and another well-rounded comp from TSM there. Double teleport versus the cleanse, because Pobelter sort of has to, because the matchup dictates as well. But again, similar plans for Immortals, some adjustments, definitely going back to some comfort picks, I think, as well. TSM, don't need to change much. You mentioned it already. Just a very well-rounded comp, and I think from game one especially, really felt like how they played the game out was the issue on both sides, rather than the specific drafts that they decided on.
I would also say that this is something where they are going to be the ones with the range support matchup now. So Immortals has Adrian on the Soraka. They're against the Braum. They should have the advantage there. They definitely have some really good standard lanes.
Well, it is time to update those Twitter votes. So use the hashtag IMTWin or the hashtag TSMWin to declare your favorite match. Because we are going to get ourselves into game relatively shortly. This should be a whole host of fun. Immortals already showing that, you know what? Maybe a bit of a stumbling game, and we'll see if they can make some adjustments here.
Excited to see if they can. Huni definitely going to have a much better matchup for himself here against that Maokai. I think it's going to be looking pretty good for him in the top lane, but we do have a quick pause, and we will be getting this sorted out and then get quickly back.
Slight delay on the hype train.
Yeah.
But it'll be back out very soon as we'll look to see what's going on there. Bit more time for everyone to just kind of calm down, consider. Definitely a reset situation for Immortals. We talk about this a lot with best of threes, but resetting after a game like that, particularly important for the teams and coaches and infrastructure to make sure that everyone's feeling just fine moving into game two. On the Immortals side, you know, throw it away. It was a rough game, just move on to game two. You've got at least two more games to play for Immortals. For TSM, don't get cocky. You won one game. You're looking like you might go undefeated in both matches and games, but you have to make sure you take each game seriously.
Certainly. Energy picked up the first game against Immortals the other day. They lost the next two. Immortals is definitely a team that can adapt. Definitely a very scary team for TSM to face. They will not be underestimated.
Well, quick client restart for one of the players, and it seems like we are going to get back in the game relatively shortly. So for those of you who are very excited to start our game two of the series, TSM and Immortals, going to be starting off right now.
Oh, yeah. I think Immortals are going to be looking for those standard lanes. We'll see if they can find it. The team is spreading out across the map, and having the Soraka against the Braum, that should give Immortals the edge in the 2v2. Huni definitely should have an edge against Hauntzer in that 1v1, although Maokai is not really built for the 1v1. He's obviously built for gank assist, for TP flanks, for that kind of stuff. So just because he has a better 1v1 does not mean he's actually going to get to play it straight up. It's never a fair game. Pastry, they're always trying to gank you.
Yep. Level 1 fight between Bjergsen and Pobelter goes actually pretty close to even. I'm guessing they'll go, but ooh, a trap may be being set here. This is adorable from Biofrost and Doublelift. Spain here as well. Reignover going to face check. Forced to flash instantly. Pobelter holds on to his thumbs, gets zigged by a Q, cleanses it off. Doublelift flashing in, needs to proc the stun. Goes in with a heal, does get the stun down. TSM looking at the first blood. The heal's there, but it's not enough. Double claims it.
Oh my God, Doublelift starts with first blood again. This one is a little bit earlier, Pastry, and it's gonna feel real bad for Immortals after the way that the last game started. Are you kidding me? A 1 minute first blood on the Lucian. Forget what I said. It's not a good lane matchup anymore. You don't want it.
Yep. And now it's just all bad times as Immortals.
Oh, yeah.
See where they go, but let's watch this again.
And they are very far up, and this is one of the strengths of the Braum. And we see the immediate cleanse there from Pobelter. He needed to flash the actual Q itself, though. He did not react on that. Thought he could get out with just a slow. They proc up the Braum stun. That's his life. You need to respect that Braum passive, and he didn't. He flashes late. He pays for it with his life.
Yep, and now WildTurtle thinking, hey, what's going on in my lane? Because we are going to get standard lanes. We'll flip them around.
Yeah.
Adrian late to the top side of the map, and this Lucian already looking big.
Turtle also blew his heal, trying to save that mid laner. Thankfully, at least 3 summoners were blown by TSM, and Immortals is going to look to try to, push this in, poke them out, still maintain their advantages, but they're going to have to be very careful, especially if they want to go for an all-in. TSM is going to have a lot of power.
Well, we'll get standard lanes this time around as Bjergsen with another nice early trade versus Pobelter, who summonerless could struggle, especially if the jungler gets involved. Bjergsen had a great matchup last time. We'll see how he navigates Lissandra into Viktor. But I imagine Pobelter very comfy on this champion. Knows the matchup well. Should just be fine trying to farm up and get towards that mid game that Viktor loves.
Yeah, Viktor pretty much loves all stages.
Yep.
This champion's just playing good. He has fantastic team fight, strong laning. Once you get that first hex score upgrade, you can one-shot a lot of these backline minions with your E. So there's a lot of strength to it. People are having some pretty different adaptations on the actual build, but Reignover going for an early gank here.
Looking for
Bjergsen able to get out, but still nice pressure applied here by the Immortals jungler. Gonna give Pobelter a little bit more free time.
Yep, so nice move there. As the mid laners are nice and even in CS. Turtle eats a Q to the face, but looking good so far. Looks like both AD carries just trying to farm it up. You know that TSM's dual lane wants to get aggressive, but Soraka Ashe definitely just wants to keep you out for as long as possible.
And the thing is, unless you can fully commit to an all-in and actually get that kill, you will get punished big time because a major will hit these Qs, they'll sustain back up, and those extended trades are really bad into Soraka Ashe. So, you know, it's all or nothing for TSM. They have to be able to kill them or just hang out and farm under the turret, and that's looking like what they're going to do.
Yeah, Turtle actually going back a little early, but I guess has some time to go and grab that longsword and a pair of boots. Doublelift did get a longsword, and I think an extra potion after the level 1 first blood that he got, so did manage to spend that gold.
I think this is actually really smart from Turtle. They know that they have a good 2v2, but this has been sniffed out that he based, and Adrian could be in a bit of trouble here.
Adrian,
that's procced.
That's the stun already. Now going to force the flash. Svenskeren was there. Bjergsen going to TP back to mid lane, but...
Yeah, Adrian just should have backed off. He was actually just trying to bluff that WildTurtle was still there, but he hadn't shown in so long. TSM easily caught onto this, and basically WildTurtle was trying to say, okay, we gave up first blood, but we have the push. I can base without getting punished, even up the items, and put myself in a good matchup once again, which is kind of what he got, but unfortunately, his support stuck around, blew both his summoners, and now that's kind of all out the window.
Yeah, you can see the lane pushed back in there. So we'll check in with the bottom side of the map. As the two top laners are going head-to-head, Huni right now looking good on the CS front, actually 10 CS ahead of Hauntzer as he assaults this wave.
Yeah, the jungler is kind of crossing paths here. We'll see who's going to come out on top. Reignover will back off.
Sven actually just going to finish that camp, and Bjergsen now knows. Reignover's back. No, doesn't see him yet. Claws out. Good tunnel there from Reignover. Might have to burn a sum if he wants it. Great snare, though, from Lissandra. Keeps Reignover out. Did not want to burn the summoner.
Bjergsen calm under pressure there. Able to just glide out, but the constant pressure here from Reignover is really helping Pobelter out.
Red buff Graves. Good flash from Reignover. But again, Immortals playing maybe a little too far up in some of these lanes.
Yeah. Good rotation, honestly, from Biofrost. He's the one who kind of forced it. The threat of the Braum, the stun coming out again. So, you know, he had to flash early there, but it was smart from Reignover. He respects the power of that Braum and the passive. He gets out early, gets out with his life.
Yep, and you can see actually continuing that invade. Going for the Gromp now, so a bit of extra jungle there from Svenskeren. He'll steal a camp away from Reignover.
Pretty ugly situation in top lane now for Turtle, as Doublelift has actually frozen this very well against him. And now they know that TSM is in their jungle on the blue side, so they have to be so careful. And Turtle's just going to have to base, and this is going to be a huge freeze, but they want to Pobelter.
Yeah, they've got it. The stun's going to come in. Bjergsen has his ulti, but Pobelter has cleanse, locks him up. Pobelter this time, insta-cleanse flashes.
He gets out of there. Cost him 2 summoners again, though. If he had just flashed early, probably would have been able to save the cleanse.
Maybe, but good dive there from TSM. No kill this time, but you have to know that there's a revisit in the very near future.
Interesting pickup here from Reignover. Actually, the Tabby's first build here. Probably just trying to get as much power in this 1v1 against Svenskeren. He wants to be able to stay aggressive, be out there on the map. And the new Tabbies, they have more auto attack reduction than previous, so even better than they were before. And there is the Lucian who's going to be auto attacking very heavily, along with that Grave, so will be a good pickup, but not usually something that you would see this early on.
Yeah, Reignover doing pretty similar stuff with the direct side build, but certainly an adaptation there. Checking back in with that top side, WildTurtle kept up in CS, despite the nice little freeze that Doublelift kind of still has going here. So not too much going on in the farm department there.
Sven is top lane, though, and Immortals, do they have this actually spotted out? They have not yet, because Sven is waiting around the ward. They're going to look for the all-in.
Yep, Turtle maybe going in. There's the flash forward. Flash out from Turtle after the exhaust, and the Q will land in onto Adrian. Not enough to keep going, though. TSM just burned some summoners.
They do burn those summoners, and Sven can look for the repeat gank, so they have to be careful. Thankfully, they did see him cross that ward. Intelligent play by Adrian, having that warded out. Otherwise, they definitely would have gone down.
And Reignover continuing to get aggressive in the jungle. Sapling gonna spot him. Reignover probably can finish his blue. He's got Smite. Hauntzer gonna try and kick him out. Does do so successfully.
It's very risky because his mid laner had base, right? Bjergsen is the only one there. He knows the rotation could come in from Bjergsen. Doesn't want to risk it. He was just hoping to sneak this off. But a good job by Hauntzer coming over, checking that. And it's going to be able to secure the blue buff for Bjergsen.
Pobelter still trying to keep up in CS, but not doing too badly. Bjergsen actually going to go ahead and pick up that blue that Reignover tried to steal. So good little play there from TSM controlling their jungle. Checking with the top lane just for a second. Huni is up on CS, so Hauntzer a little bit behind by about 10. So that's sort of the difference between mid lane. Other than that, CS being even between the 80 carries means that this time Immortals not falling too far behind in the early lane, despite the TSM pressure. We'll see if TSM say, okay, we're happy with the pace of this game. Let's play it calm, or if they kind of continue with those dives and roams, because Bjergsen definitely looking threatening right now with that Lissandra ulti.
I'm willing to bet that they're going to amp it up. I think that Bjergsen is going to start to look to roam around the map. He has his ult, he has TP, blue buff secured, and I think that because he's maintaining control in the mid lane, he's going to look to affect the other lanes. They definitely want to do that. They don't want Huni to have all the free time to farm up and look to extend his lead in this 1v1. So we'll see what they can do. Pobelter in trouble.
Ulti again. Pobelter locked up for a while. Reignover here. They're going to turn things around. Biofrost, though, makes his way in and does tag Pobelter. Svenskeren all the way around the back on the tower, but he's forced to flash out. Needs to stun, and Sven gets taken out by Pobelter. Ultimate hits Hauntzer. Biofrost getting assaulted by Huni, who's going to clean him up with the ultimate there. Transcendent Blades isn't enough, and now Hauntzer got to escape. Immortals turn that around, and Hauntzer getting low. Reignover goes in for the dive, but Bjergsen's going to fend them off. No, Huni gets himself the double.
He makes
goes
a triple.
on the Bjerg, gets the triple kill under the tower.
Huni comes up huge for the team. And what a play to start it. Pobelter sidesteps the Q from Svenskeren. He doesn't have enough damage to kill him off. And wow, what a turnaround from Immortals. This is what they're known for. They collapse faster. They out-team fight TSM. And a big comeback. A 3-0 Huni is going to be a terror in the side lane.
And that even top lane, not so even, although Reignover needs to be careful. Culling, not enough damage. Little awkward on the angle. Nice tunnel from Reignover to get out. And now Turtle working on this top tower. TSM's aggression. This time it's foiled by Immortals, and they'll find themselves with a nice little lead.
They will indeed. We'll see if Svenskeren can actually steal this away. Not able to do so. Rift Herald still on the map, and this is, a very top lane centric game. But here is the replay. Bjergsen wants to get aggressive onto Pobelter. We can see Svenskeren is in the area, but he was really far away here. He realizes kind of the desperation, tries to come in through the turret, but look at the sidestep from Pobelter. Quick sidestep, dodges out on the Q, would have gone down. Great play from him. And then the Ashe arrow, are you kidding me, onto Hauntzer, as WildTurtle hits the Hail Mary, and then Huni is able to absolutely clean up. Gets the reset here onto Hauntzer. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Goes in on Bjergsen, able to finish him off. A fantastic play, especially from Huni and Reignover. Made it look easy, but Reignover put those guys in execute range of the Q, let him get the reset, and let Huni clean up.
Wonderful team play from Immortals as Huni, almost with the Trinity Force completed, will return back to top lane, and Hauntzer does have to start playing a little more scared. Immortals, after that play, about 1,500 gold up. See if TSM can find a few more spots, or maybe for Immortals, we'll start using that early game lead and pushing the momentum. I'm willing to bet, though, they'll just happy to play reactively into TSM and almost let them fall on their own sword, because TSM, they want to play fast.
They do. But with this disadvantage now, do they still have the confidence to go aggressive? The ult there from Reignover heading top lane, looking for something, as Turtle has the Ashe arrow once again. But Reignover checks for the ward, clears it out. And now it's kind of that sick feeling. Yeah. Is he still here? I hope not.
He is. They can see him with the wall, but here comes the dive. Not sure they can get out of this one.
Turret's going to go down. They're in trouble.
Yeah, Turret's dead. There's the ulti out from Biofrost, but Doublelift exhausted, now going to get chased down. Immortals just pick up an easy 1v3. Biofrost does dodge the arrow, but Doublelift is dead.
They need to back off. I don't know that TSM actually realized how low their turret was, and that was very intelligent play from Immortals, because had it been, a 2v3 with the turret, they would have been okay, but they finished it off, and now Huni going aggressive in the bot lane. On his base, he will have Triforce, and this is going to be one sad Maokai, as when the Irelia finishes Triforce before you even have a Sunfire, that is a brutal matchup.
Yeah, you can see Hauntzer relatively tanky, so tanking up some of these hits, but he can't keep doing this. Hauntzer just going to try and collect what farm he can, but Huni, every single time he gets a chance, trying to go aggressive. Nice little cue there from Hauntzer. Goes back in, looks for the trade. Huni says nope. Fires off the ulti.
Huni just wants to push it out. He wants to get the Triforce. He'll come back, and this is not a situation where Hauntzer should be able to get dove 1v1 or anything like that. Huni actually needs to be careful here as Graves has snuck his way in, but the Immortals bot lane is here, so he will be okay. But either way, until they can start taking out these turrets and extending the lanes, Huni cannot really solo out Hauntzer. He needs the space to actually chase him down, and that's what Immortals is trying to do. They take down top turret, now they're looking for bot. They want to unlock the map and really let Huni go wild after that triple kill.
And they're going to get this tower. No one really here to defend from TSM. Pobelter even walking down. They might parlay this into an Ocean Drake, as Reignover is also in the TSM blue side of the jungle. Complete control of this right-hand side. Blue should go over to Pobelter here. Sven, though, in the area. Does he fancy using the ulti? He does, but he's far too late. Pobelter got it already.
Worth a try.
Yep.
It always feels good if you get it. If you don't, you say, it's okay.
Be back up soon. Double does take the tower in the top side, but Immortals not done. Gonna push and do some damage. Do the turret, minion wave coming. A lot of damage actually with all 5 of Immortals here.
Risky to stay around though. I don't know if they want to.
Well, they're staying. Gonna try and take this out. Everyone's got ultis except for Svenskeren, but the second Immortals will take the safer play here and back away to steal the Grump out of the jungle and maybe go for the Drake.
They certainly could. Huni has not faced in quite some time. He really wants to buy that Triforce. That's a massive spike for him. You know, 1,500 plus gold on both the jungler, the mid laner, and the Huni as well. Huni, though.
Yeah, caught out maybe. He's going to get the stun off Equilibrium Strike, but that's a leap forward. Tag there from the Winter's Bite onto Huni. Stun's going to land. Transcendent Blades pop. Going to go back in and try and turn it in onto Sven. Adrian healing up everyone but Svenskeren will claim the shutdown of Biofrost. All right. Little keen.
Again, knifey. If he tagged him, though, he probably would have gone down, so worth a try there. They are going to claim themselves a dragon, and greedy backs have been pretty common, actually, in this game. In comes Turtle, though. They want to actually contest here,
going for something, but Adrian going to get blown to pieces. Bjergsen, easy combo with the Claw plus ulti, and the dragon still up for grabs.
The Soraka flank, do not try that at home.
Smite battle does go over to Sven, but he's going to get taken out here. Arrow hits Biofrost, Pobelter gets Sven, and that's 1 kill, make it 2 for Immortals. 3 now as Hauntzer going to get taken out as well.
And in comes Huni. They're looking for the big cleanup, and Doublelift is going to be
that
gone.
Damage, Doublelift getting a blade surged and killed.
Wow.
You can see the Trinity Force spike you were talking about. It's a lot of damage under that squishy anti carry. Immortals moving to clean up the tier 2 as well. And that Drake was very costly for TSM.
No kidding, and it looked like a bad play there from Immortals. Huni gets caught sleeping, base is late, then Adrian kind of comes in with the Soraka flank. That didn't work out so hot, but they had taken a lot of damage from the dragon, and there's 3 healthy members of Immortals, and you know, here it is. I'm not sure how much we're going to see, but Huni, you know, does get taken out here as he gets tagged. He knows he's going to go down, so he decides to go for the all-in on Sven. Adrian trying to help him out as much as possible, but does get out himself, and now Immortal sticks around. 3 members converge to the top side. That's where Adrian should have been as well, but he's kind of hanging around here on the bottom. He's going to get taken out. But then look at how much damage they're actually taking from this dragon. They've been tanking it for a very long time. Bjergsen kind of commits a lot for that. Actually blowing his ult on the support. Does not have it for the team fight. Pretty big mistake from him. And now it's a 3v5, but they are low, and they're able to commit knowing that Huni's going to come up with the TP.
Well, clean up there as they do spot in the picture-in-picture. There was actually a fight for the Rift Herald, which is pretty rare.
Yeah.
But Immortals did get it. Pobelter actually getting the last hit on it. Sven was trying to snipe it with the ulti, but I assume that went to Huni, and that's a problem for the old Maokai.
It did. It was already a problem, and now it's getting a bit ugly here for Maokai as he is put in a disadvantageous matchup. So many kills going over to Huni, now the Rift Herald as well, with the turrets taken out on the outer side. Huni is going to be a split-pushing monster.
And 4,000 gold up for Immortals and counting, up 93 in kills, with still 2 turrets in the lead. This is looking awfully similar to game 1, just sort of a different way to approach it, but Immortals showing that they do play the map well, and they collapse so efficiently onto TSM, who have been punished a little for their aggression this game.
TSM definitely not out of it yet, though. Ghostblade has been completed on Doublelift. You know, Roa done on Bjergsen. They have some major items coming up across the board, and they're going to be a powerful team fighting team. They're going to look to try to catch someone sleeping because Bjergsen is going to have this explosive pick potential. And WildTurtle, especially a guy like him on Ashe, it's a very easy pick target. If he's getting caught, if he gets flanked by Bjergsen, you know, Hauntzer can come in, they can clean him up very quickly.
And it's such a great game as well. Remember, TSM are playing for 8 straight game wins in a row, although Huni Certainly has something to say about this particular game. Doublelift, I'm not sure you're safe. Equilibrium strike's done. TP in from TSM. Doublelift gonna die.
And that's the flash too. And Hauntzer coming in, but can he actually do this?
I'll try and take it. Huni 1v3. Looking okay. It's not looking great now. Blade surfs away after the flash. Gonna try and escape from the situation.
Adrian's
goes
almost
back
here.
in. Now they're gonna try and re-engage. Reignover moves in. WildTurtle goes around and the collapse is great from Immortals.
Huni, are you kidding me?
Joining in. Huni's still alive. There's the stun in onto Reignover. Pobelter actually zones up Bjergsen on the left-hand side. Pobelter though getting aggressed on, but it's not enough. Immortals save Huni.
Oh my God. Huni is just going off this game. If that was essentially a 1v4, he cleans up Doublelift, gets the flash, Hauntzer TP's in, survives. With help from Adrian, but also some incredible play, dashing back and forth, just wow.
And Huni definitely showing up on these more carry-style champions. There's a reason he's played 5 straight games of Irelia. This one looking pretty good. Pobelter, sorry, gonna steal away that blue buff. And TSM, they might finally drop a game here. So watch this one again.
Yeah, and as soon as Doublelift sees the Irelia, you kind of know you're dead. This guy is so fed. He tries to flash, the Q execute already there for Huni, and now it's Hauntzer's turn to go in. But Huni does a great job delaying as long as possible. Flash, Blade surges out to one minion. Now he's going to turn around. He Blade surges one, Blade surges to another, and he gets out clean. That is incredible presence of mind from Huni, even dashing back in to get involved, pick himself up some more damage, and eventually these exit kills.
Yeah, TSM tried to collapse there, but caught in transition there for Bjergsen. Couldn't get into that fight, didn't want to TP in. Pobelter with a nice job on the back end of that fight. And like I was saying, TSM, they're going to finally have to show us, can they play a game where they're behind? Because pretty much every game they've won so far, they've gotten ahead and stayed ahead.
I think it's also tougher when you have Bjergsen on a champion like Lissandra, who cannot really just kind of solo carry these fights. He needs a lot of contribution from the rest of the members, and Doublelift is 1-3, he's behind. Svenskeren is 1-3, he's behind. These are the guys who are going to have to carry a lot of the weight in the team fights. They need to pump out the damage. Bjergsen cannot do it by himself, and especially not on Lissandra.
Yep, and with Immortals looking great so far, I thought we might be heading towards a game 3. Certainly too early to call, but 6k up for Immortals is quite the lead. Interesting to see what this particular TSM side looks like in the situation. Huni, though, is just camping these lanes. Hauntzer stunned up by EQ. Huni's 2 levels up. Hauntzer gonna pop the ulti, but Huni fancies a 1v1. Maokai not winning this one. Another stun again. Hauntzer still fighting. Taking a while to go down, but they're gonna keep chasing in. TSM trying to collapse. Hauntzer again flashing out of the way. Huni low. Another team's coming in. Huni gonna keep going for it. Doublelift pops the calling. TSM commit a lot for this. Will they finally slay him? They will.
Immortals is already on the Baron, though. They are gonna be able to pick up a free Baron for this, and that is a very good trade. But in comes TP from Bjergsen. He wants to stop it. Is he too late? I think so.
Gonna be the big play. Claws in, looks for it, goes in for the Baron. Doesn't get it, but maybe can ulti himself up. Huge damage on the other end as Biofrost is in as well. Jumps in, protects him. WildTurtle caught up by the ulti in there as well, but Reignover too tanky. WildTurtle.
Turtle needs to bail out. I think he might be caught.
Good
yeah,
flash.
He's definitely going to go down. He flashed the other way.
Claw's good though, but Sven's chasing Pobelter and Reignover. Doublelift a little late, and WildTurtle hits the recall button, might get away with it, and does. Immortals claim the Baron.
TSM did not track him down. They did not decide to chase. They wanted to go for the bigger prize, try to pick up more kills, and they actually don't get any of them there. Bjergsen, a good try though. He does at least clean up Adrian. Would have been great if he got the Baron, but not going to happen. And now they're going to try to go for the consolation prize. They want the dragon, but Bjergsen is low, has no ult. They need to be careful.
Reignover's even there, just taunting them.
TP coming in from Huni.
Fancies a 50-50, maybe Hauntzer and Reignover starting a fight. Huni, though, looking for carries on the back end. Bjergsen, oh no! Doesn't claw over. Dragon does go to TSM, but Bjergsen getting chased down. Turtle shoots him in the face.
And Svenskeren is far away from home.
It's deep in enemy territory. Recall, that's not going to work.
And Immortals has actually just made the call to push straight for the inhibitor. They want to go right for it. Adrian's just going to be back here harassing away on Svenskeren while the rest of the team is already pushing. Svenskeren may be able to actually get something done here, but Adrian doesn't care. The damage is being dealt.
Yeah, it's just wasting his time at this point. Uses the exhaust. Keeps canceling the recalls, but Immortals will break this bottom side of the map. Inhibitor should fall pretty soon after the turret. And it's looking like we might be getting a game number 3.
It's certainly looking that way, but Immortals have to clean out the game. They definitely cannot underestimate this team.
How's this still going on?
This is hilarious.
Is he getting collapsed on? Yep. All right, now Sven's maybe in a bit more trouble. Reignover though, moving in. Looking to try and get a knock up. Biofrost was helping. Tagged him with a Winter's Bite. Tunnel in. Huni going back in onto Bio. TSM just trying to defend these turrets. Sven, he lives.
He does.
The grand adventure through Immortals Rek'Sai jungle.
Don't worry, guys. I'm here. It's all fine. But Immortals will keep the pressure on.
Bjergsen. Not this time. Huni instead onto Sven. That should be a 1v2 maybe as Double tries to protect him. Buy a win as well, but Reignover gets one. Sven's 4 for 2, and now Immortals chasing them down. Bjergsen eating poke on the other end. Hauntzer trying to make a big play, but Huni's just in the back line. Doublelift trying to kite it out. They do get Pobelter actually. Bjergsen claims that kill, but Turtle gets double. Bjergsen's going to fall as well to Reignover.
I don't think Hauntzer has the damage.
No,
Turtle's going to get healed up, and this is going to be the game for Immortals.
That's the ace, and looks like Immortals will push us to a game number 3. TSM looking like they might finally drop one here. Their perfect start to the NALCS summer will be blemished. Maybe not yet. Immortals waiting for that minion wave. Biofrost is up. Death time is not that long just yet. Pretty early into this game.
Yeah, it may not. They are going to decide if they have to go for it or not. No, they're gonna make the call.
Oh.
They don't want to just yet.
Turtle though making a big play, but Biofrost will live through it, puts up the door, and stays safe for now. The lead that this team has though, Immortals almost 10,000 gold up. Still have the Baron buff for a little while longer. Huni claims the turret to make it well and truly 10k. TSM caught in the same position Immortals found themselves in game number 1.
Yeah, so we are going to see this mid lane fight once again, and Huni starts it off. So much damage going into Svenskeren, and then the beautiful knockup from Reignover pops up too. They pick up a couple quick kills. Pobelter kind of goes a little bit deep. Nice culling comes out from Doublelift, but just not enough to finish him off, and then that is warded out. He gets picked up by Turtle, and it's Hauntzer left alone, and Adrian able to keep Turtle alive. Great job from him. Immortals decides not to pull the trigger, not to try to go for the end. They are going to play it safe, so called that a bit too early, but hey, somebody in there.
Yep. Nice there from from Immortal, sorry, Turtle. On point with every element of Ashe's kit, including Hawkshot. Fought it again, yep, Reignover's like, guys, not falling for it. Turtle even making sure they continue to track as they will start a push on this top side of the map. Bottom lane pressure means that Immortals do want to do as much as they can on the top side.
Tough team to sneak up on with the tremor sense from Rek'Sai, Hawkeye from that Ashe. There's a lot of ways they can check these bushes and stay safe.
Bjergsen going back, might be looking for a TP flank here. TSM kind of need a big play.
Yeah.
Get themselves back into this game.
They need a really big play. They need a miracle as... just look at the score lines. I mean, it's 17-6. These guys are just overflowing with...
There we go. Bjergsen's in. Is this the dive though? Actually, Immortal's going to start things off already. Bjergsen, big ulti finds Pobelter, claws in, gets the W down, and Hauntzer taking in the front line. Huni though gets exhausted as he dives in, but TSM just don't have the firepower. Hauntzer will finally go down as Bjergsen's going to be taken out by Pobelter. Reignover chasing for one more, doesn't get it, but Immortals fend off that play.
That Viktor ult just absolutely wreaking havoc on TSM. It was pulsing on 2 or 3 members almost the whole duration. With the Rylai's, the perfect Hex Core moves very quickly and slows you down so hard to escape. Pobelter getting massive amounts of damage out there, and now Immortals are pushing in. They're taking the middle inhibitor.
And there's almost always a team effort for Immortals. Still playing together, some wonderful team play. Got them to this point. Now just looking to maybe close it out now. Two can take some turrets if they want, but they will move in to try and take out this Nexus turret. That will melt. Already low, and Immortals may be pushing to end this one.
They're looking for it, but Bjergsen and Hauntzer, they're back up. The whole team is here. Can they hold on?
Huni going to try and go in onto Bjergsen and chunked him out. The silence field's great! And that's going to be a kill. Immortal still fighting. Huni's still going in. Finally dies, but they're going to work in on the Nexus perhaps as TSM trying to defend their open base. Calling out from Lucian. Doesn't do quite enough to Reignover. Stuns in there. They're just trying to zone it out. Immortals! Not yet, no, they take out double. That should be enough. Reignover going down though. A very chaotic fight around the Nexus, but Immortals will push us to game number 3.
Took a little longer than expected, but a 26-minute game. How about that for the response? Immortals says, you can do it, so can we. And they are right back in the series.
Just took them an extra 30 seconds to take that game, I believe, to the number. Immortals really showing that, hey, we're a team that will not be pushed around by that. We mentioned they have to reset after game number 1. That's one hell of a reset as TSM. The plays they tried to make, Immortals are ready this time.